Okay, hello everybody. Welcome. I'm gonna just do some movie magic here, move some of the things I don't want you guys to see out of the way. Hello, I am Girl Beats World. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello. My channel is about all things beauty, from makeup tutorials to skincare reviews to pampering routines. We do it all. We want you to feel beautiful. We want you to be able to conquer the world. All of the people who join are my girlies and my gents. So this is my very first time going live. Yes, my very first time doing a Get Ready With Me live. So I'm sure it's going to be bubbly. I'm really hoping that you guys can hear me and my sound is working okay. And if it is, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that everything is working and sounds good. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to just start with getting our eyebrows together, getting this beat. We're going to talk about some of the things I've been doing in the new year, honey. And, I'm going to try to keep it entertaining, keep it fun. It's going to be a process, okay, because your girl has to look good. Today is my Founders Day. Ooh, to all my sorors of Delta Sigma Theta. It is January 13th. So, we are stepping out. We're going to slay. We're going to look good. Of course, I am going to show you guys exactly how to look good for all of our virtual Founders Day celebration. Of course, some of y'all may be celebrating in person. So if you're doing that, all good, you know what I'm saying? Like, no worries. I see someone just joined. If you can hear me, everything looks good, honey. You're impressed with the setup. Please give me a little thumbs up in the chat and let me see that you're here and you can see and hear me very well. I know this is my first one. I didn't pop it because I was so nervous. I was so nervous that, I was going to be too bubbly, but I think it's working out great so far. I'm simply using my Anastasia Beverly brow gel and just cleaning up that eyebrow. What you saw me use in the beginning was my Milk eyebrow gel. Oh, hey, Red. Hey, sis. Oh, look at you guys. Hey, I'm so happy you guys can hear me. Yeah, I definitely am so excited to have you guys because this is a full-on process. Now, you guys, if you've never done a live before, they go for quite some time. There's no editing magic. There's no fast-forwarding magic. It's all, the full-blown process that you guys get to see from beginning to end, which is why I hate it. Like, fun fact, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Like, I like things to go well. My sister, who's responsible for the Sister Stash shows, is on, and she is constantly getting emails and text messages from me trying to figure out how I can make my content better for all of you guys. Okay, so we have knocked out our eyebrows. I'm going to use some of my MAC concealer. I am literally like so in love with this concealer. I've been using it for years. I also really like my Fenty Beauty one. To be honest, I've been using the Fenty Beauty one more frequently because it's a little more affordable than the MAC, and I ain't trying to use all my good makeup when I'm not going anywhere. But today I actually have things to do. I have like a really big meeting later. I have some Founders Day things to do with my sorority. So today people are actually going to see me. So it's all good. So when you do your eyebrows, you want to use concealer to clean it up, but you don't want that ugly halo effect. When someone does eyebrows, it just looks crazy. It's got that big old halo. Ain't nobody trying to see all that. So what I'm going to do is I just follow along here and clean this up like so. And then just use my finger to blend it in. So that way it doesn't look too harsh. You don't have that crazy halo effect, none of that. And then I'm going to just apply that to the top as well. And today we're going to use the Aina. Jackie. I hope I don't get like a copyright thing. Like YouTube, I know it's Jackie's, it's not mine. But I'm going to use her palette today because it's got this really awesome red. It's my first time using it. It does have some glitter, so I'm a little nervous about fallout, but we're gonna take the risk because we got to go all out. Do you see me looking over here? My mirror's over there. I love mixing this Clinique with my Nars foundation. You guys have seen it on a few of my videos. And the reason why I love mixing them so much is because my skin, it's light one day, dark the next, like, because I'm not getting as much sun. And so this just helps me get like the perfect blend. Rab, I know you're on. I've been meaning to text you. And Kiers, I know you've got freckles. So this is a really great one for people with freckles who want to still use foundation, but keep it like clear and light enough so your freckles can shine through. The Clinique works really, really well with it. Just don't go too heavy with it, and then use a more sheer concealer. Boom, your freckles can still flourish. You don't have to do the fake freckles like all the other YouTubers and beauty bloggers do, because you guys are naturally blessed with it. So that's a little fun fact for all of you that are on. So just applying this with my buffer foundation brush. And I actually do that a lot on camera and edit it out. I'm always saying blush instead of brush, or blending the two of them. And we're going to just blend this all in like so. And you can see it looks a little darker, but I like my foundation to look a little deeper instead of a little lighter, because then it gives you a natural contour. I'm still trying to figure out this lighting. I feel like sometimes I have so many lights on me. I don't know why it's not being more consistent, but y'all let me know. Girl, you know, I'm always thinking of you, Rab, now. I'm always thinking of you. I was supposed to text my bestie and let her know to join before I started, and I totally forgot. But I think I was so nervous about this being an absolute shit show that I was like, you know what? Let's keep it light the first one, put it hard after we go live, and see how it goes. All right, now I am using my MAC concealer again, just squeezing a little bit on my wrist, and we're going to do some foundation. We're going to knock out the foundation routine. I try to like organize all of my brushes so that way you guys aren't hearing all of the like scraping and scrapping on the table. And I definitely just use like an eyeshadow brush instead of my foundation brush. So that's the first arrow today. So this is my Sigma concealer. While I knock out my concealer routine, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about like how I've been kicking off the year, what I'm in the process of right now. But before I jump into that, so I'm not stopping in between, I'm just going to do my T-zone like you guys have seen in the beginning, and I'm going to use it to clean up anything or blend out any of that little concealer that I did for this. So thanks, sissy. I'm glad. Next time I'll like puppet hardcore instead, because you know your girl needed to make sure I was able to pull this off. Okay, so what have I been up to? Oh, hey, bestie! I just said how I forgot to let you know to join, so I'm glad you hopefully saw the IG message. Okay, so I this year have, you know, tried to really spend the first part of the year meditating and fasting and, you know, really trying to get connected with God. And most of my followers are religious people. If you're not, you know, just hang in there. I'll sprinkle in some other woo-woo stuff if you're not. But a lot of the things that I've been trying to do this year is I always fast at the beginning of the year, but usually I fast and I treat it like a wish list, like a Christmas list for Santa, but for God, I'm like, okay, God, this year, can you run me X, Y, Z, and da 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 da, and I want this and I want that. But this year, I decided to take a different approach and to instead really focus on listening and hearing what God has in store for me, or what He has planned, or what He wants me to receive from this fast this time, instead of treating it like a wish list. So that's something that, I really wanted to share with all you guys. If you guys aren't super religious, I just recommend, meditating and seeing where your spirit leads you and what you want to accomplish for this year, what goals you want to get done. And I've really also spent a ton of time just talking about discernment, just really trying to figure out, like, okay, if I'm not getting all the answers right now, like, let's practice on when big decisions come, whether it's a job opportunity or a project, really focusing on, like, how do I knock that out? How do I truly lean in and make the right choices for me? So some tidbits there for you. Now I'm using my Huda Beauty and I'm just contouring using my Sigma brush. And none of this needs to look perfect right now because it's gonna kind of clean up once I do my powder. But this brush I use to apply. Oh, hey, Carolyn. Oh, hey, yes. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for popping in, Fave. Okay. If y'all hear me say fave more than one time, it's none of your business. Mind your business. Okay, I have faves for different groups. All right, so, but Kiara is definitely one of my faves. Okay, so we're gonna put this on here. Now I'm laying my edges. You see, the edges gotta be laid because the hair gets all over the place. But what, let's sprinkle it in. Let's let's go all the way. I don't always do my chin, but you got to. Anyways, back to these edges. The edges gotta be laid. But after you take this off, you need to make sure that you reapply foundation so you don't have that mark between your hairline and your foundation will look crazy. Now I'm using this large concealer brush and I'm just going to buff it all out and blend it. And you see, it gives you that nice warm look. Doing this type of highlight and contour isn't absolutely necessary, but you want to, sometimes add a little bit more. Like if you're just going on a little, casual date with your bae, he don't like all that makeup, then you don't need to do a heavy contour. But when you're trying to slay for the baddest sorority in all the land, honey, you do a contour, okay? Because let me tell you, some of them Delta Deers, they come to slay all the time. I'm like, oh, honey, you are 80-something and you just bring the heat every time I see you. I just do not understand. Okay, I knew I was going to forget something. And I am missing my Too Faced powder, setting powder. So let's hold on for a second. Oh, there it is. Oof, almost knocked down the whole setting. All right. Here we go. All right, so you gotta have the Too Faced setting powder. Everything else was laid out, so I think I did pretty good. Girl, let's talk about this vanity. This vanity is the biggest blessing and the biggest pain in my ass. Like, listen, baby, this vanity was a struggle. You hear me? So this vanity is from Impressions Vanity, and it is about 70 to 80 pounds. It's a pretty heavy vanity. There is like a mount. You can get a table to just mount the vanity on. And, it's a lot easier than the process I went through. But I got a floating shelf, which my sister got for me. Thank you, sis. She be supplying all of this channel. So I got this floating vanity and it can only hold up to like 60 pounds. And I didn't want to take the risk of it collapsing, right? So I mounted it to my wall, which I highly suggest using a professional. Unless your bae is like a builder, Bob the Builder, you want to make sure that you just go ahead and let the professionals do their job. Okay, let's support a contractor. Hashtag support a contractor. So I had a contractor come in. It literally like sat on my floor for months because like I tried to hang this with my other bestie, Whitney, and it literally collapsed. Like I shit you not. It's like putting too much of my eyeshadow palettes on it and the whole thing just came tumbling down. Like my concealers broke. It was a disaster. It was a disaster, but it's all right. I left that on the floor. I left the vanity on the floor. I decided I'm just going to leave it there as a friendly reminder. And so it literally sat on the ground for like months until okay, close to a year. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know, this is Trust Circle for nearly a year, and then this year I got it uploaded. So this panel here is Bluetooth enabled. You can play your music from it, turn it up, turn it down. It tells you the temperature. You know, I'm gonna do a little video showing off my vanity, but I have to add a few more things because I'm gonna add some floating shells, you know, make it real cute. Pause on the vanity talk. I am putting some banana powder. So I was searching earlier for my Too Faced powder. That's for the perimeter of my face. Banana powder goes in my T-zone. They're both setting powders to help keep your skin looking matte, to keep it from looking too greasy. I was talking about people with freckles earlier using a lighter, like Clinique type of foundation so your freckles can show through. Instead of using a concealer, you can simply use a banana powder. That'll help your freckles still look nice and still give you that smooth feel with a little bit of lightness to brighten you up underneath the eye. So now that we got that out of the way, the reason why you want to leave some of the setting powder underneath, and I'm actually going to apply a little bit more, is because it catches the fallout. So you leave the powder underneath your eye, and you want to have a fairly good amount. You leave it underneath your eye, and you look crazy while you do your eyeshadow, but you guys aren't usually on camera, so you're okay. And you don't blend it in. You leave it there. And then if any of the eyeshadow falls out, no worries, it catches it and you'll be okay. All right, let's see. I have been surrounded by faves all day, sis. I don't know. I'm like, listen, I love the people and the people love me. My Nars is like coming apart. So I'm really excited that so far I have not dropped anything. Okay, so usually I start immediately with my base, but instead I'm going to start with some primer. You guys have seen these in my earlier videos. Those videos are so ashy. Like, I really thought I was doing something using my iPhone. And if you do want to start a YouTube channel and all you have is your iPhone, absolutely start with it. Just know you will feel shamed when you go back to look at it. Those videos were not quality. My sister kept being like, Ruth, lighting. Sis, lighting. By the way, have you thought about lighting? So when you go back and look at those ashy videos and see the difference, you can think She-Devil was on here for politely tapping me and letting me know. So for my deltas that are on the call, are you guys excited for today? Are you guys going to do a little light beat? Talk to me. Let me hear if you're not working. I know some of you guys are probably multitasking. While we wait for that, this is the Jackie Aina palette, and it's absolutely stunning. And you see, I almost got distracted and missed out on my base. This base is everything. It's all over YouTube. It's the P. Louise base. You can order it from Morphe.com. I'm not sure which stores sell it. Ulta sells Morphe, so I'm sure you could probably look there to see it. I love, love, love this base. I always saw it online. I'm like, what is the big deal? Like, I don't understand, but it's super important. Pop quiz. Yes, Kiara, stop cheating on the primer. Pop quiz. Who knows why primer and base are so important? Let me know in the comments if you know why primer and base for eyeshadow are so important, and if you could tell me the difference. And while I wait, I'll let you guys know in a second. But primer, I think I'm going to do a little video. Yes, exactly. You want it. You want the primer for the color to pop more, which is really important for people with deeper skin. And then you really want the base to give you a smooth layer. So that way the full base of your skin looks great. And it also helps from creasing. It helps keep your eyeshadow on all day. This is a major key in when you're doing your makeup and you're like, oh, this makeup look is cute, I'm gonna try it. And you're looking on Instagram and you're like, oh yeah, I wanna try that. And then you put it on, you're like, this don't look the same. That's why you really need that. Yes, most eyelids are oily, keeps it from being oily. Y'all know more than me. Y'all need to come on here. Yes, order some, love. It's really good. Creasing helps with it. So we went through that. Monica says she's in shorts and a tee. So she don't know, honey, if she gonna jazz it up later. But I think she's gonna do a glow up. I think for the people. Okay, so this is where we're starting. All right. We have the ginger color. Then we're going to go in with edges. After edges, we're gonna deepen it out in the corner of the eye with credit. And then we're gonna slay the game, right? We're gonna slay the game with Wigglies. Wigglies is the star. You see that shimmer? Honey. So that's the run of show. I don't know if I should put pinker down and then put Wigglies on top, but I have faith in Wigglies. So you always want to do a transition color whenever you're doing a look like this. If I'm doing a brown, a deep brown, I like to go with orange. If I'm doing a pink, I like to go with, if I'm doing like a purple look or an orange look, I like to do orange, I like to do yellow, purple, I like to do a pink transition color. So it's anything that's like already in that family that's a little lighter, so that way you can easily see it. But lately the trend has been, you know, really light at the top, really natural. Even though this look's not gonna end up natural, but you always just wanna start really, really soft and light. So smaller brushes are really important. For the longest time, I only had like blending brushes like this, which are important to help blend it out and make it lighter, but I was applying it with it and it was just taking up too much room and I was running out of space to do kind of like the effect that I wanted to do. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. Invest in some smaller brushes. Amazon has really great brushes that I use for my avatar Halloween look because I was like, y'all not about to turn all my brushes blue. Like, that's what we're not gonna do. But this is another good one. Now I'm going in with credit like I showed you guys, and we're going to tap it in. And you see I'm kind of going up at an angle. I want to make it kind of like a little pyramid, a little half pyramid, you know, because it's for Founders Day. So we're going to apply that in the outer corner, but this we're going to deepen out a little bit because this is going to be where our drama kicks in. And I definitely forgot to use edges, but I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. What are you guys saying? Oh, hey, Scotty. Okay, thank you. Yes, support the message. Zeta love all the way. You know, at this point in life, you just gotta love everybody. NPHC's taking over. Y'all seen Kamala's cabinet? It's lit, honey. NPHC is all up and through there. So I'm really, really proud of everything that we're accomplishing and showing that Greek love really does matter. Okay, so baby, that thing is spicy already. We're gonna do the other side. And I think I may do credit edges on top because I think I want a little bit more of that orange to shine in, but I'm gonna wait before I do that. So we're gonna apply this. I do wonder, there have been like videos where I have completely, yes, seriously, red eyeshadow is, you know, what are we doing? I'm going to completely, there's been times I've completely restarted my makeup look because I didn't like what I did on camera. So hopefully I'm not jinxing it, but I'm really hoping that's not happening. So pay attention. What I'm doing is at an angle and curving it in, and then I'm leaving this part really light, right? Because I don't want it to disrupt this middle part yet. I want to see, okay, yeah, maybe I can add a little more drama. Maybe I can add a little bit this or that. But for now, I just want to leave that kind of open. Now you want to blend out everything. You never want to leave harsh lines. Okay, so you want to just take your brush, gently apply a little bit more of the product and blend it out. This is what I usually edit out the most, is the blending piece. So I'll probably, you know, get through it to get the job done today. But then afterwards, definitely go back and blend, which I do a lot off camera too. So we're gonna blend all this out, get it looking nice. I'm so excited. I actually have friends on here. I really thought I was gonna be talking to myself. This is actually nice because I record for hours just talking to myself, honey. All right, what are some of you guys saying? You're saying, yeah, cleaning that blue out of those brushes, baby. Those brushes still have a couple that need to be cleaned. The blue isn't as much as the white. I have like this like thick white paint all over it, but we'll get to it when we get to it, in Jesus' name. All right, so taking this, now's the time to go into Wigglies. Wigglies is one of the few colors I haven't used on this yet. So I'm going to see how dramatic, because I actually have like work meetings today. Like, I know y'all think YouTube pay my bills, but well, the people on this call know YouTube don't pay my bills. Oh, Wigglies is popping. Okay. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Baby, all right, Wigglies, come through. But yeah, I don't know how these executives are gonna feel with me showing up on camera with full-blown red eyeshadow, but we're gonna pray on it. We're gonna pray on it and hope for the best. I'm going to take this up higher, and I think I am gonna end up bringing. No, I like this. What do y'all think? Y'all think I should go up a little higher? Right here, go up or leave that? Let me see. I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher. So I'm letting this disrupt the dark part right here. And I'm probably gonna pull out my Tati Beauty with, which guess who got it for me? I'll give you $1. Yes, you're right. It's another sister special. She got me that too. But I'll probably pull out Tati Beauty and add a little black, just for if we're gonna go drama, we might as well go full drama, right? Let the give the executives a little something to talk about. So Wigglies has literally zero fallout. If you're just joining, I'm using the Jackie Aina palette in partnership with Anastasia Beverly, and it's everything. I am so pleased with myself right now. So I'm gonna just add that. And I did follow this up against the bridge of my nose up until this part, and then give it a little extra. This is a sister special live stream, honey. I'm about to go and say, you have to like tell YouTube when something's like paid or sponsored. And I'm about to go and say, this is sponsored. I could put Dad's Business on there, sis, and say y'all sponsored it officially. Thank you. All right, so we've gotten that on. I think it looks good. Let's see. Oh, Tati's not over here, so I can't use Tati, but I am going to use my James Charles. He's inspiring he inspired the reel that I'm going to post a little later today on Instagram, so y'all can see like the final look. Oh yeah. So just using a small blending brush, I'm going to, you know what I was supposed to do? I was actually supposed to leave this kind of drama free, so I'm not going to put too much of this black on here, and then smudge out my eyeliner to give me the real drama that I'm looking for. So some looks I just wing on camera, but I was not trying to shame myself today, so I planned this out. Now I don't know how it's going to look. I've never practiced it, but I have time. All right, so we did that just to, deepen it out, give it a little oomph. I'm gonna put that down, and then I'm going to highlight my brow. I'm gonna use a little bit of Soleil, okay? And then I'm gonna also use a little bit of Zam. Jackie's so funny. I love how she makes sure that her personality is clearly seen no matter in everything she touches. Okay, I don't need a little bit of Zam because Soleil is doing what it needs to do. But do you see the difference in highlighting your brows? Like how much of a difference that makes? Like, baby. Okay. Yeah. A little sheer. The girls try to pop out for fun sometimes. I gotta tell them to relax. All right. Using Anastasia Beverly. We're actually getting through this. I thought this would be a good example of like why I'm always late, but I don't think it's coming out so good. All right. So taking this, you guys have seen this in my videos. We're going to just line our eyeliner. I'm gonna try to talk, but sometimes it gets crazy when you talk during this. Because it's kind of winged out, you could just leave it right here, ending here, but I'm going to wing it out to add a little drama, and I'm probably gonna smoke it out a little bit. So if it gets messy, like mine just did, don't worry about it. You just let it dry, and then you clean it up with a little concealer or with your fingernail at the end. Speaking of nails, mine aren't done, but I have definitely been investing in the nail list, It comes with everything. They are press-on nails and they are incredible. I absolutely love them. You can literally go to thenailist.com and check them out. They are really beautifully designed nails. You can decide if you want coffin shape, if you want any shape really. I think this is the Anastasia that's like dyed. Let me switch it out. But they're press-ons, they're hella affordable, and I love them. So I definitely recommend, if you're not comfortable going to the nail stylist yet, to order them. I ordered 4 sets of nails last night. So if you guys want an IG, my bad. If you want a YouTube live with it, let me know and I'll definitely do that. So because I'm going to smoke this out, I don't care about it being perfect. I just need it to be in place. Yes. Well, you know what? Let me explain it. So for the wing liner, you see how I already have that kind of wing here? I just follow that out. Follow that out like this. And I know it's kind of hard to see, so I'll do one closer up, like a reel, like you suggested. And then you just pull it down like so. And everybody gets freaked out if it's not perfect. You don't have to freak out if it's not perfect. You literally can just use your finger and clean it up. And that's how you get a beautiful wing liner. And this side's actually a lot better than my other side. And sometimes I do all this work for the liner and then I put my lashes on and it looks a mess. I'm actually quite nervous about putting my lashes on camera because when I say hit or miss, baby, those are hit or miss. So like this one's not thick enough and not smooth enough. So I'm just gonna go back and clean that up. And then you wanna gently, lightly put it over here. There we go. We got our eyeliner on. It doesn't need to be perfect because after I put on my lashes, I'm gonna smudge everything out, give it a real smoky look, and then probably put some eyeliner on the bottom to really dramatize it. I just cannot believe how good Wiggly's looks. Yeah, you know what? I really want to try gel liner. I used to use it. I like how dark it looks on it. So I do think I am going to try to invest in it. There's one that I want to use, but I keep forgetting to get it. So we got to do that. All right. So we're using Duo. And we're going to just place this all over the eyelash. This Duo glue is life, okay? It took me a long time to use it because for other eyelash glues, you need a lot of it. But with Duo, you don't need as much for it. You can just put a little bit on and you don't need to let it dry for as long. So usually I need to let it dry for like a full minute, but you don't have to do that. I am missing my mascara. Okay, I don't really like this mascara, but I'll use it. Okay, so this is the Milk mascara. I actually gave the bigger one to my bestie because it gave me like an adverse reaction on my eyes, but you know, it's a show business, honey. The show must go on. I gotta keep it moving. Oh, I think my Fenty fell. That's what it was. I dropped it earlier. All right, this is what we're gonna use instead. So, because I really don't have time to be having an allergic reaction in the middle of a meeting. Could you imagine? I'm like presenting and my eyes just start like profusely watering. Oh my God, that would be so embarrassing. I am gonna put some on the bottom lash. I try not to put too much down there because sometimes the glue gets down there, it gets crazy. But I always do my mascara first. And you always want to do that because it can get a little crazy. These are the Lily Ghalichi lashes. And I also like to do it first because sometimes it just takes too long, or it actually messes up your lash and it doesn't let it last as long. So a tip to make your lashes last longer is to use it afterwards. So these lashes are always really hard to tell if I put it on the wrong eye, but we're gonna say this is the right eye today, baby, because like I said, show business. So you just apply it and you press it in. And if you get some glue on your actual eyeshadow, like I did, you leave it, let it get tacky. And then after it gets tacky, you can just scrape it off with your fingers. So don't try to mess with it. You'll ruin your eyeshadow. Like, what a difference lashes make. What a difference. Like, it's just obscene. So we're going to put it on the other eye. Yes, new techniques. All right, so Monica says, resting your palm on your upper cheek like that. Yes, you know, you got to get in there, but you also don't want to mess up your foundation. So in the beginning of doing makeup, I don't think you should do your foundation first. I think when you first are starting like eyeshadows and playing with liners and everything, I think you should actually do your eyeshadow first and then do your foundation after, because one, fallout. If you happen to be using like a drugstore eyeshadow because you're just practicing, you're not ready to invest in expensive palettes yet, you may have a lot of fallout. You may also use you may also make mistakes on your eyeliner, and the foundation and the concealer routines are great ways to clean up mistakes after you're done. So that is why I really recommend to use that. Another tip that I've learned, actually, I think TikTok taught me this while we're on the topic of eyelashes. You can actually wash or clean your eyelashes, and it's actually recommended. These eyelashes are like $20. I get them on sale during Black Friday. I load up, literally, like this whole drawer is mostly eyelashes. So you can actually use, there's a technique, and if you guys want a video on it, let me know in the comments, on how to clean your eyelashes so you can reuse them, because they advertise that you can use these lashes up to 20 times. And baby, if I'm paying $20 for some eyelashes, you best believe I'm gonna get all 20 of those times. And because so often I'm just recording for YouTube and I don't have time to really like be using eyelashes for 5 minutes just to take off my makeup later, I want to make sure that I do that. So as you can see, the duo lash just tacks on, and it's super easy to do. And it doesn't slide. If you wear eyelashes and you use some of the white glue, it can get all over the place. It messes up the black liner, but just perfection. All right, so we're gonna go back into the James Charles palette. Yes, make a video, I will. All right, so we're gonna go back into the James Charles palette. We're gonna use a little smudge brush, and I'm going to smudge underneath the eye, because I want it to look really smoked out. Like really give you guys the drama that you deserve, okay? And then, like I said earlier, now that that glue that I got at the top is gone, I'm just gonna clean that off. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of this black on top and smoke that out as well. Smoking out your eye just gives it that like deepness, but it still gives it like a little bit of drama without all those clean lines. It's exactly what a lot of the artists that you see on Instagram and things are doing, especially the bottom liner. I think we so often don't play enough with adding eyeshadow to the bottom line, and it really completes the look. When you start looking on IG and you start seeing those pictures, start paying attention to what they're doing on the bottom line, or on the bottom lash line. Are they adding some color? Did they go heavy with the eyeliner? Like, pay attention to that, so that way when you recreate the looks, it looks more similar. I think this lash I'm gonna have to redo off camera, but it's okay. All right, and smoking it out takes so little time. So again, we're gonna go in with a little mascara. Now that the hard stuff's done, which is the foundation routine and everything else, we're gonna keep it easy and smoke that all out. Then we are also going to finish it out. So I like to leave blush and everything else until the end, because blush can come in different colors. I know most people usually use like a red blush but you can use pink, you can use orange, you can do whatever complements your undertones. And I have a whole video about undertones if you want to check it out. Now that we're done with our eyeshadow, just scrape off that remaining setting powder. You go in, you use your cream Fenty Beauty blush, and I'm going to show you guys, I'm using my Tati Beauty, guess what? Another sister special. Another sister special gift. I'm going to use this and place it on, let me tell you, I may be the face, but let me tell you, she's going to be my business manager if I make it. I love Fenty Beauty's cream blush. I'm about to load up. Like I said at the beginning that I'm all out of their concealers, so I have to re-up on the concealer. And when I re-up on that concealer, I'm going to re-up on some of this blush too, okay? So you want to wait until the end so you can see how your eyeshadow comes out to make the decision on what your blush is going to be. You don't want to do like an orange blush and then you do an orange eyeshadow and you're like, ugh, that I look like, what's an orange thing? Mr. Orange, whatever. You don't want to look like that, okay? You don't look like a big ass orange all over the place. So you want to balance it out. So this is like a red with hints of pink in it. And I think this balances out the red on the eyeshadow, the red in the outfit. Like, I don't want to look like an apple. So I think I'm hungry. That's what I'm talking about, fruit. So that's what we're doing. Now, after I apply this, I'm going to turn on, I'm going to turn my curling wand because I am going to show you guys how I wand curl some of this wig. I'm going to apply the Fenty Beauty. You can apply it directly on to the Tati Beauty. This is a smaller one. It's used for blushes and concealers, or you can use a highlighter brush. I'm going to use a highlight brush. I'm going to apply this, and I'm pushing it downward into the blush. It doesn't, I like to do highlight before blush because I think it looks, blush before highlight because I think it blends more naturally, but you can do either or. If you prefer to do highlight first and then do blush, that's fine too. So you apply that. Oh, hey, Nat, hi. Another babe, I'm so lucky. All right, so you always do in between the eyebrows. Why? Because it helps reflect light off of it. It helps bring out those snatched eyebrows that you have. You also, I do the bridge of my nose because I think it gives me a cute little button nose after all that contouring. Make sure I blend out that blush that's on there. So I like to do that. And then I like to do my Cupid's bow because it gives me just a little pop. All right, so in the comments, if you're here, I need help. I have some red lips and I have some brown nude lips. Personally, I was thinking I have red eyeshadow, I have red on, I damn near have red hair. I think I should personally go with the nude, but let me know if you think I should just go for it and go for the red. So let me know. It is Founders Day, honey, you know, so we can't shine on, but let me know what you guys think. Yes, it's going to shave. It will save. It will save, and it'll be available for you guys to rewatch. Oh! While you guys are doing that, I'm going to do the piece that I told you about. Once you take off that scarf, do not shame me. Make sure you go back. I don't even need to add foundation. The leftover foundation that's on the brush is on here, and you want to just apply that. Another major key is if you guys use, hey, other bestie. Okay, so another key is, you see how I just lifted this up and you ain't see no light brown lace? If you have a lace front wig, like I do, I know, shocker, it's a wig. You want to make sure that you take an old mascara, keep your old mascaras, and you can just brush where that lace is showing to make sure that it looks black. So old mascaras have purpose. So I curled this wig for a date. If you guys follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, y'all heard about that little raggedy ass date now. It was slick. It was curled for the gods. But now it's a little limp, but it's okay. I'm not going to curl my entire hair because you guys have been on here for 45 minutes. But I am going to show you guys how I wand curl this, just so you guys can, you know, get the full beat experience. Okay, so I have someone who says Team Red, ombre us with the lips. Okay, we can do that. We can ombre. I'm gonna get some of these. Actually, I have my brush bag here. I always have a little brush carry bag. I'm gonna put some of my brushes away, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to ombre these here lips. Okay. So before we curl and wand curl this and show you guys how I do that, hopefully I don't embarrass myself. I'm using my Juvia's plates. These are brand new. One of the few things that I've used on this call that I bought myself. My sister didn't buy. I'll tell you guys about the date. I'll try to keep it high level because I already shamed him on Facebook. Hopefully he never sees this. So we're going to apply it. It's a little hard to apply. I have a ton of colors, like a ton of colors. So when you're ombreing your lips, you apply the lip liner and you bring it in. Okay, you don't want to just apply it on the lining of your lips. Bring it in and shade that color in. And then apply it to the top and do the same. While I curl when I show you guys some of these curls, I'll talk you through that date and the disaster that it was. Like, I was so mad, honey. These curls, like, if y'all thought this looks good, my hair looked so, it had so much volume. It was popping. Granted, it was my fault too, because anytime I go out, even if it's to tropical smoothie, yeah, spoiler alert, that's where we went. I try to slay, but sometimes everybody don't deserve your slay. All right, so we've got this on. We've ombreed it. I like to blend my reds. So I really love this colored Raine. I'm going to just apply that to the outer part of my lip. You can let it touch the outside. Oh, I'm glad I listened to you guys. The red's actually not too much when it's ombre like this. And then you can either use Ruby Woo or the Anastasia Beverly Ruby. I'm gonna go with Ruby Woo because it's a classic. Most people have it. I think later I'm probably gonna switch it out because when I'm on Delta calls, I try not to use Ruby Woo because all of us have the same lip. And then you simply just apply it on top. Like such. And you can see that highlight is still there. You see how like that top lip is still highlighted really nicely? It's like a major key for success. So now that I've applied that on top, I go back, forth and forth. And if this isn't dark enough, I do have like a purple. I go back and I reline that lip to clean up anywhere that the lipstick disrupted. Ooh, this was a good idea, baby. Baby. I'm about to get on FaceTime with like 4 different dudes and tell them I got dressed up just for that. Tell them I got dressed up just for that. Hey, baby, I just thought of you. I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. That's what I do nowadays. When you look cute, you gotta capitalize on it nowadays, honey. All right, so let's move some of this stuff out of the way. How you guys feeling about the lip? It looks good? Cool. So I have a curling wand, about 1 inch, I believe. Here's, what is it? This is about an inch? It's about an inch. She's my the smartest sibling. All right, so I'm not gonna do all this because this is a lot of hair to cover, So what I'm going to do is show you guys a couple of these, and it's still pretty curled, right? Like, I don't need to be full glam, especially since I have some work meetings. Oh, yay, thanks. I'm glad it looks good. So I'm gonna show you guys just like some of the like ones, how to fix those. So first, you want to start at the bottom, come up at the top. Probably for like the different Delta events things that I have tonight, I will redo it, but you want to wrap it with the hand on the opposite side, wrap it around. You want to hold the curling iron with the hand on the opposite side and wrap it all the way around. Hold it for a second and let it drop. And then you have a perfect curl. So I'm gonna go through and do some of these while I talk. I know that was kind of hard to see. Can you see that beautiful curl? Baby. And because these are gonna be like, I'm gonna have it with volume. I'm not gonna have it just like sitting in these like tight curls. They don't need to be perfect. They don't need to be exact because I'm just gonna run my fingers through them after giving it some time to really show you guys how to do this. Ooh, yeah, I'm glad it's gorgeous. Thank you, guys. All right, so hold it for a little bit. I usually hold it for a little longer, but in the spirit of movie magic, we gotta go. Now you do need to make them the same size. You see how this was a fail? That was too big. What was going on? What was going on? So half that, about this size when you do it. Then wrap it around and hold it for a little longer. I have this on the highest setting, which is 400 degrees. I do recommend getting curling wands that have temperature settings. You don't want a curling wand that is only to one setting because when you use it on your natural hair, you definitely want to use a lower heat than when you're using it on a wig. Like, thank you for whoever virgin hair sacrificed this for me, but I can apply all the heat I want to. I can't do that to my own hair. Okay, so this date, I'm going to try to give you guys the spark notes. Monica's coming over this weekend. She's going to get it with full reenactments and everything. So on this date, y'all, I met this guy online. He had good conversation. Granted, it was short. He disappeared for a little bit. He circled back. He was like, hey, I would love to take you out. Let's meet up or whatever. No, we were talking about like the office or something. And he was like, oh, I have the office. You can come over. And I was like, they're serial killers to lose, hun. I'm not going to do that. So I was like, how about, we hang out first and then we'll work our way up to office, Netflix and chilling. So on this side, hold it with the opposite hand. That took me so long to remember to do. And then your curls will come out the same on both sides. So I was like, oh, okay, cute. And so I was like, let me know the time. I was like, I'm free this day to like tomorrow and I'm free on like Wednesday, we'll say. And he was like, okay, let's do tomorrow around lunch. I was like, oh, bet, cool. So I had my lunch hour open. I went and I was like, all right, cool. We ready, we here, we've arrived. And I was like, oh, okay. So I get dressed. I was like, no, that morning I was like, let me know the place. That morning, he's texting me about everything but place. And so I was like, hey, I have a meeting, and I don't want to get too distracted. Can you let me know the place? Okay, so this is really important. So these curls are like decent for the look that I want. But down here, you want to make sure you wand those pieces. You don't want to have that piece looking crazy. Okay, so you just hold it there, you wand it for a little bit, and then you have baby, let me do it on this side too. And I like to do those in sections instead of all at once because you want to make sure that the curl can actually hold and it's not like a ton of hair. All right, so back to the story. So he was like, oh yeah, I actually hadn't thought of a place yet. It was like 10:30, and y'all see how long it takes me to get ready. And I needed to adjust it. Like I usually have first date outfits, but Bible, I had to change it. I was like, I don't want to be overdressed. So he was like, oh, it's going to be, let's just grab lunch at, yes, it does. At Tropical Smoothie. So I was like, oh, okay, let's, do that. Y'all, I walk up to Tropical Smoothie. This man is in like one of those weird masks. It wasn't like a normal face mask. It was like, I tried to find it online to show my friends, but I couldn't. It was like one of the like actual like workout oxygen mask with like a, that's what the mouth was making on the mask. And it had like a little filter thing so he could breathe and talk through. So I basically walked up to Darth Vader. So yes, I'm not shitting you. That's the type he looked like Darth Vader, honestly. So I walk up to this like snarl face mask and he was like, hey, what's up? He's in workout clothes. His hair's in like this like weird bun. man bun. And he's like, and he's like, sitting there hanging out, or like, he was like, oh, hey. So as I walk up to him, he was like, I'm a little wet. And I was like, hey. And he was like, you may not want to hug me. I'm a little wet. And I was like, wet? And he was like, yeah, I'm a little wet. I just came from the gym. And so I was like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to hug you. And he was like, no. He was like, no, you can hug me still. And so I was like, oh, you guys know me. I'm so scared of Rona. Like the fact that I'm even like going out during Rona is like huge. Like I purposely like choose like lunch dates. And like, that's why I was like totally fine with tropical smoothie, like less people. So I was like, oh God, I really don't want to do this. So I go up to him. And so I give him like a little church hug. And y'all, this man was not lying. He was actually damp. Now he wasn't soaking wet, but he was damp. So now I've touched his sweat. I was like, oh God, I'm definitely going to get the COVID. And so we, go inside, and this is the part I did not put on Facebook. So we go inside and we're chilling inside. We're about to order. And I walk up first. He like stands behind me. So you know how like, and it's establishments now with lines, they have like the COVID lines, like the COVID spots. So you can stand the 6 feet social distancing spots, not COVID spots, but the 6 feet social distancing spots. So he was like, yeah, he like I walked up to order and he was still standing on like the 6 feet apart COVID spot. So I order and it comes out to $6.08. And the guy's like, would you like anything else? And I politely look back. Like, boy, if you don't come up here and pay for the $6.08 after coming here sweaty. Oh, and he was like, oh, sorry, I may smell. That's what he said to me when I first walked up. He was like, sorry, I may smell. And I was like, well, he was like, but you have a mask on. I was like, you'd be surprised what you can smell through a mask. Anyway, so back to this. So he walks up and he orders and he pays. And so I'm, trying, do my little thing. Even though it's tropical smoothie, I'm still loading, looking away while he pays. Baby! This man looks at me and says, do you have 2 cents? Do you have two cents? I was like, correct. First of all, why are you going to, why? He knew about our date the day before. Why did he go to the gym first? I don't know. This was not an impromptu meetup. So he was like, do you have 2 cents? And I was like, because I like never carry change like that. So I go in my wallet, and of course, all the coins in there are like euros. Very awkward. But I got lucky and find a quarter. So I'm like, here you go. And it was so awkward because like the cashier had gotten impatient, and he was like, it's fine. I already covered it for you. And I was like, well, just let the cashier have it. I was like, let the cashier have it so that way he can pay it forward to the next person. And so then it was this like awkward back and forth because then the cashier changed his mind and wanted his 2 cents back. And he was like, no, it's okay. I'll just take it and, cover it. And then, so as the cashier is like getting the change, he's like awkwardly standing there. He's like, yeah, I think that's 23 cents back. He's like doing the math for this change. And so the cashier is like counting out 23 cents. Oh God, this is so funny now that I'm like, it's been like a week since it's happened. He's like 23 cents. And then this man, instead of just letting the cashier have the change for the next sad sap that comes in with the girl and doesn't have 2 cents, he scrapes the change off of the counter. I shit you not, he scrapes it off the counter and takes the money. And I was like, oh my God, this is so awkward. So we're standing there. We get our smoothies because I didn't even order like real food. I literally just ordered a smoothie. And he was like, no, seriously, not having 2 cents. Correct. Perfect metaphor. Not a cent in sight, honey. No cents, nothing. So he was like, oh, okay. So we go sit down. And we take off our mask. He was like, okay, can you smell me now that the mask So for the like second time, he asked me if I could smell him. And so at that time I couldn't. I was like, no, you're still safe for now. Like, whatever. Like, You're fine. And then he was like, you know, we start like talking and stuff. And then the wind blows. And when the wind blows, I'm like, you know, the smell hits me a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, I really can smell this man. So I gulp that smoothie down. And chocolate smoothies are pretty big size smoothies. And so I gulped that thing down so quick, honey. I was like, no, you see, I'm messing up. I'm not paying attention. So I was like, absolutely not. I don't have time for this. I gotta go. So after I gulped mine down, he was like, will you come with me to, are you guys ready for this? Five Below. I only get my headphones from there. Like I only wear headphones from Five Below. So we sure did go to Five Below and we spent like 10 minutes looking around for his headphones. Could not find them. Unfortunately, that Five Below doesn't like the type that he likes. I've never been into a Five Below. A gem, you know. I was like, I'm a Dollar Tree type girl. That's really all I go to. But Five Below, I was like, oh, this is lovely. Okay. So, you know, I did get something out of the day. I got to experience Five Below. I got a yoga mat from there. And then after we checked out of Five Below, he was like, yeah, let's, he like tried to walk back to Tropical Smoothie and sit down and like talk more. But I made a beeline for my car because at this point I had to use the restroom because I had scarfed down the smoothie so much. So I made a beeline for the car. And he was like, all right, kid, let me know if you wanna do this again. What about this experience would make me want to do it again? Like, absolutely nothing. Like, stop it right now. So that is that. That's the full date story of everything that happened. This man was a character. I don't think I missed anything. He definitely called me kid. Like he wasn't the one who didn't have 2 cents on him. Like he was like, I just don't want to break it. I was like, just break it. Like it was so awkward. I've never been so embarrassed. I think I'm more embarrassed at the 2 cents than anything else. But he did have good, decent conversation and everything else. Okay, so let's pause. So for the top part, I like to have that little, you know, Jessica Rabbit lift. All right. So I usually curl that part back. I curl those pieces kind of backwards, and I'll show you what I mean. So first, what you want to do is you want to take it and bend it and press the curling wand against it. Then you want to go underneath it and give it kind of like that arch here. And then you want to wrap it like you normally would. But I wrap it kind of back and under, and you can place it if it doesn't land right, which it probably won't because you guys are all here afterwards to see how it lands. All right, there we go. So you see what I mean? That gives me that little lift here. And then you just kind of run your fingers. I like to let the curl sit for a little bit before doing that. The other thing I like to do is for some of the flyaways, I use some of Miele's Shine Mist, put it on my hands, and I just pull this around to give it some shine, some luster. You can take any of these loose pieces. Is this on still? Yes, it is. Okay. You can take any of those loose pieces and just clean those up. We did that first round of like non-curled ends. Just do it again. You already curled it once. Curl the ends again. Yo, dating in this economy sounds rough. This is not the economy. That was a best practice. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, the man said he was a personal trainer online. We get there and he was like, yeah, so I knew I was missing a big piece. We get there and he was like, yeah, you know, I went to the gym. And then after the gym, instead of going home and showering, he was like, I went to my job to pick up my glasses, which he was not wearing, so he did not need. And he was like, to pick up my new glasses. And I was like, your new glasses? He was like, yeah, you know, my job, we get a discount from them. I was like, what gym distributes glasses? You know, what fitness center distributes glasses? And he was like, yeah, you know, the gym is, what did he say? He was like, he was like, I work at Costco in the deli section. How did you get from personal trainer to Costco at the deli section? I don't know. It's just madness. Okay, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is very similar to, my hair actually looked even better on that date. So y'all can see how tight I came for the date. So I am all done here. I hope you guys enjoyed my very first YouTube live. I'm so honored that some of my very, very favorite people in the entire world decided to join. My sister stayed on the entire time. Like, thank you so much. I love you so much. I will be doing more of these. I think it's fun. I'll try to do it, close to lunchtime so you guys can join. And I'm not on my other job's dime. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I usually release videos on Sundays and or Mondays. Depending on whatever vidIQ tells me, if you know what I mean. But if you enjoy this video, there's so many more like it on my page. Please make sure to go on there and check it out. You can also find me on Instagram at girlbeatsworld_. Don't forget the underscore, where you can see some amazing videos. I got a reel coming up. So you guys can check out my Founders Day reel, which will be posted in just a few minutes. Thank you, ladies. I love you guys. Until next time, goodbye, girlies and jets. Mwah.